You say that you're feeling Tiana. You say she a fly little mama. But baby, I'm standing right here, so come on the replay just like Kanye Rihanna. Say my name, make me go insane. What we sipping? Welcome back to season 2 of the podcast Push. I am your host, JP CEO, and today I have with me special guest, Miss Beyond Everything.
That's me. Thanks for the name, JP.
You're welcome. I am going to let her introduce herself and tell you why I call her Miss Beyond Everything.
Hello. Miss Beyond Everything. Of course, as I stated, I thank JP for the name. I am owner CEO of Beyond Enterprises, which is comprised of Beyond Care Home Services, which is a home health care agency, Beyond Care Adult Daycare, which is just that, an adult daycare, Beyond Resources, which is a nonprofit organization helping single mothers, Beyond Sweet Ice Cream Shop, Beyond Care Property Management. I buy, sell, and lease property. And my newest venture is Beyond EDU, Medical Training School, CNAs, CPR, phlebotomy, MedTech 1, MedTech 2. So I have a medical training school. Oh, I'm a mom. I have an 11-year-old kid. And one of my biggest ventures that I think I've gone into has been Billionaires Girls Club, which is myself and 6 of my other girlfriends. We are all entrepreneurs. Billionaires Girls Club is a group on Facebook. We're a group, period, but we're on Facebook, and we have a group of approximately 35 to 40,000 women. The idea of the Billionaires Girls Club Facebook page is to help build entrepreneurial women, teach them best practices, just a resource guide. So this is a page that is so full of resources that it's not even crazy. So if you are a part of this page, you're able to just put something in the search. If you're looking to start a business, expand your business, or just sit back and watch until it's your time, this is Billionaires Girls Club is the place to be.
Told you. That's why I call her Miss Beyond Everything.
Everything. So now my T-shirts, sweatshirts, and things of that nature say that because JP, she gave me that name. So
I mean, you listed out a whole dissertation of businesses, all beyond. So let's talk a little bit about the Billionaires Girls Club, and
Absolutely.
the first thing I want people to understand is why did you guys get together? What was that moment like when you said, hey, you know what, we need to do this, we really need to do this, and to reach out and grab as many people as we can?
Of course, myself, Dallas, I am Beyond Everything. Thanks again, JP. Beyond is my brand. Beyond Care Home Beyond Care Home Health Services, Beyond Care Adult Daycare Center, Beyond Care Property Management, Beyond Sweet Ice Cream Shop, Beyond Resource Center, nonprofit, Beyond EDU, Medical Training School, and I feel like I'm forgetting something, but that's me. Nicole Coleman is the owner of King's Kids Preparatory Academy for Girls, the one and only all-girls preschool in the Midwest area. We have Rashida Sims. She is owner of Cycle of Life Home Health Care, and also Sorella Safe Haven, which is a transitional home for abused women. We have Danielle Irving. She is owner of Heart to Heart in-home and CDS services, as well as Heart to Heart travel agency. We have Naisha West. She is owner of Arkansas Fried Chicken Grill and Bar, which has been in the St. Louis community for well over 40 years. We have Tiffany Martin. She is owner of Heart to Heart Daycare and STEAM Academy, 1, 2, and 3, so 3 locations. And we have Quiana Cannell. She is owner of Luxor the Luxor brand, Luxor Salon, which is in the Central West End. She also has Luxor Hair and hair products. That is our group.
Told you guys.
And our beautiful moderators. We have Pastor Andrea Hill is a moderator. We have Dana Powell. She's a moderator. We have Lauren Spearman, moderator. We have Terry Allen. She's a moderator. And I'm missing a moderator. And I don't want, and Vanessa Townsend is a moderator. And they really help keep everything together with our group. One day, like I said, we just decided to do a Facebook page and get people involved. So, if we're giving, that's a blessing, but we have thousands of people that, hey, let me know when you guys are giving stuff away, or let me know when you're in the community. And so we kind of, hey, put your money where your mouth is, come on out, help us. And so that's how the broad part was born. We just involved other people. We had a ball March 14th, 2020, right when we found out that the world was about to shut down. So I think it shut down a couple of days prior to that. And the ball is a BBB, Black Business Ball. It was beautiful. Black excellence,
Yes.
Everybody dressed to the
Yes.
nines.
Yes.
And the idea of the ball was to fund a aspiring business. So what we did was we had people, hey, if you're looking to get your business funded, you don't know where to start, you don't know how to get started, send a submission. And we had hundreds of submissions, and we took the submissions, and we sat around a round table because, again, our ultimate goal was to give this business money, give this business, we're just out here trying to make a difference.
Yeah, and when we come back from break, we're going to talk a little bit more about the business that benefited from the ball. I was there. The ball was fantastic. We'll be right back with the podcast push.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the same old love, can I say
Welcome back to the podcast push. Dallas is still here hanging out, and we're going to talk about the business, that all of the benefits from all of the people who participated in the ball, and then some of the other things that you all have done and encouraged and led in the community. So tell us about the selection process, and as much as you can remember,
Okay.
the things that the business got for being sponsored.
So the winner, and again, it was not easy at all to choose a winner. The winner was a young lady by the name of J.C. Sykes. She is owner of 90 Degree Construction, and her ultimate goal was to teach construction to women because, of course, it's a male-dominated field. So her goal was to teach construction and have different construction classes, and she needed the funding. She's also an author. But we chose her because it was just out of the box. And with us being the Billionaires Girls Club, we just thought it was so different. This is a lady that's looking to do construction. It wasn't your typical, and, not to say anything about any other business that submitted anything, but it wasn't common.
Right.
It was definitely different. It was definitely out of the box. So she won, I want to say, $2,500 cash. She got a MacBook. She got, from another construction company, she got free training and free material from another construction company.
Fantastic.
She also got another $1,000 check. I forget who it was from, but we had people donating different things, so she did receive another check. And she, the idea is if you win and you get the funding for your business, the idea is for you to come back the following year and buy a table so that you can support that next business that we're pulling up. So the idea is to just keep pulling people up, just keep pulling them up annually. And again, I hope we're able to see, I don't know if we will, but I hope we're able to figure something out for March because we made such a huge impact with that first ball that, it's a little disappointing and discouraging to not be able to follow it up this
Right.
year, you know.
Right.
And I mean, it started off, like I said, we received proclamations, the Billionaires Girls Club did. So we had future mayor in the place. We had alderwomen. We had quite a few people there, and we received a lot of awards. And then it turned into a full-fledged party. So it was a good party.
Okay. So then, what else have I seen? Oh, you mentioned giving gas to the community. So not that they went and just said, "Hey, we're going to pay for gas." Like they're out there at the pump,
Pumping it.
literally at the
Yeah.
pump.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about where that came from.
The gas station that we chose was a BP on Natural Bridge and Kings Highway on the corner. As we all know, Natural Bridge and Kings Highway used to be a very popular area. And with all of the convenience of the quick trips and the mobile on the run, you kind of leave some of these gas stations, you know, they're a lot slower. And with this being a black-owned gas station, we just decided to bring the money back into our community. So we just pull up. We go on Facebook Live. Hey, we're on the corner of Natural Bridge and Kings Highway at the BP gas station. And I mean, it immediately becomes crazy. So we end up having to have police out there to direct traffic. And we try to get as many people as we can. And yeah, every time I think we get at least maybe 200 to 300 cars. So we do really good with the amount of people we're able to help and touch. And it's a big deal. It just brings our heart joy to be able to get out in the community and give away free gas, and also to make sure that we're supporting this gas station, because again, it's not a busy gas station, and the idea is to remind people that this gas station is here, it's in our community, and we should support it.
I call that a twofer.
Twofer.
That's a twofer.
That's what it is.
Supporting the community and a business within the community.
Yeah.
So speaking of gas, you guys have given away vehicles.
Oh, yeah. We've given away vehicles. Again, we see the need out here. We are sticklers for persons that are looking to start. A lot of times people don't know how to start, where to start. They don't have the funding. They don't have, or they think they don't have the funding. And so we were just looking for somebody that needed a helping hand, you know. So again, we just put it out there. Hey, do you know somebody that's struggling, that needs transportation, and that person's trying to do something positive?
Right.
We want to be able to help them with the car.
Absolutely.
So we've given away 2 cars to 2 unsuspecting ladies. And
it was fantastic.
Oh,
like I got
God,
to
it's
catch,
always so emotional.
Yeah, I got to
My
catch
goodness.
the Facebook Live.
Yeah,
and
because we have to put their family members or friends in it.
Right.
So we, you know, it has to be a secret, you
Right,
know.
right,
And
right.
so the reaction that we get from the people, and we're not done. We got another car to give away in a couple of weeks. But
nice.
yeah, and that's our big thing. We want to be able to, if we can give away a car a month, we're giving away a car a month. That's what
that's
we're
right.
going to do. That's the ultimate goal. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
All right. So we're going to take another quick break, and we're going to come back and chat with Dallas a little bit more. I have some funny news to share about Dallas and podcasts. So she's transparent. She'll keep it real with you. So we'll be right back.
Make me go insane. What we sipping on gin and mixing it with a splash of champagne. Feel the same way.
Welcome back to the podcast Push Season 2. I'm excited about that. I was so nervous the first time.
Oh, you're never nervous.
Oh, I was nervous. I was nervous. I think I drank about 4 bottles of water that day.
Oh.
I was by myself. I was nervous. Dallas is still hanging out with me. And I'm going to tell y'all, every time I think about Dallas and podcasting, I chuckle. We have been having talks about podcasting for some years now.
Yeah. It's been
And
years.
I have to make sure that you guys get a demo. Dallas, when I talk to you about podcasting, what happens?
I do this. I turn off this little bitty podcast button in my head because I just never wanted to learn about podcasts. It was
She
so
turned it
confusing.
off
Yeah, I just
every
turned it
single
off.
time.
So I don't hear anything. The minute somebody says podcast, it just, like, I start seeing fish and like beautiful clouds. And so I miss everything that they're saying about podcasts. Until the other day.
Yes.
You made it make sense.
Until the other day. So podcasting is, most people know it's very popular. It's grown in popularity tremendously probably over the last 5 years. I've been teaching workshops for a decade.
Yeah.
But it has skyrocketed, and it's important because as many podcasts as there are out there, there's just as many people, and there are people who need your exact voice, right? So even if we were talking about a bottle of water, my voice will resonate with my audience, and yours will resonate with yours. But I thought it would be really, really dope to have you on the show because you fought podcasting for years.
Fought it.
Literally for years.
Oh, yeah.
Not doing it, JP. It's too much. It's too confusing. I don't know.
I don't feel like thinking about it, JP. Yeah.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
But now,
I'm
right?
here.
So she's here. But, talk to us about, now that you have been hearing me talk about it for years and seeing so many people do it, right?
Yeah.
Even within the group, one of the moderators,
Mm-hmm.
Lauren, Check on Your Strong Friends, has a fantastic podcast.
Yeah.
So what made you turn it back on?
Because I heard you the other day at our meeting. It made sense. So it's like, okay, how do you podcast? Where do you even listen to a podcast? And when you're like, all I have to do is say, Alexa, play.
Yeah.
And your podcast? That was totally cool.
Yeah.
It was cool at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
So you can depending on the podcast, there are literally tons of platforms, Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, Pandora, Amazon Alexa, Amazon Music, even hosts podcasts.
Okay.
And on most, on all iPhones, there's actually a podcast app. That's
And
on
see,
the
they
phone.
showed me that the other day. These are things that I'm learning. And so, again, I never noticed the app because,
She turns it off. And she literally does the movement every single
time.
And she's been doing it for years.
Because it won't turn off unless I do the movement.
Unless you do.
Yeah. And my brain is already filled with stuff. So if I don't, do the movement, then it'll seep in and then it'll be sitting in this little compartment trying to make me figure it out. And I never wanted to figure it out. So
You didn't want to figure it out?
Yeah.
But now that the light bulb went off and you turned it back on, like, can you say for someone who had nothing to do with podcasting, didn't want to, again, this has been years. I think since about 2016, I've been talking to
Sounds
you about.
about right.
Yeah. So now that it's resonated with you, like, and you are probably from the most unbiased place, what do you see the benefit of a podcast could be for a brand or a group such as Billionaires Girls Club?
Well, now I definitely see how it could be really great for us, the billionaires, and all of our personalities are so different. Yet when we come together, it's wonderful. Some of us are shy. Danielle is very shy.
Danielle sat there like this, like JT. Like every time I looked over, she was like,
"Yeah." Tiffany and I are the most vocal. Nicole is vocal too, but believe it or not, she's a little shy in certain instances. But Tiffany, myself, and Naisha, we're pretty vocal. Rashida, got to kind of shove a microphone in front of her. But Nicole and I, of course, she and I, when we get together, we're pretty funny. And so a lot of people, we do, on Facebook, we do our little car chronicles periodically. We haven't done one in a while. And JP, of course, you've been trying to get us to... people need to hear us. So I think the dynamics of the whole group together would be awesome on a podcast. Awesome.
Dallas and Nicole are the new age Laverne and
Shirley.
I promise you. I'm even when we've just sat and broke bread and I'm cracking up the entire time. And it could be something as simple as a color or a place.
We'll fight about it.
It doesn't matter. It's hilarious. So I do want to talk about, because I really want people to understand a little bit more about you and your personal journey. So I first actually met Dallas at an event. She was actually speaking at an event. And when we come back, I want her to just talk, you know, a little bit about her journey and why she's able to do what she does today. So we'll take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and hear a little bit of the story, and then we'll wrap up. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. I just always wanted to say that now since I'm a podcaster and things,
That's right.
you know.
So before we close out the show, I really want Dallas to give a short version of her journey. It is amazing because I think it's important for people, and we talk about this all the time, for people to see the entire journey or to have some knowledge of the entire journey, so they're just not, she just rattled off 10 businesses. She worked for them.
Absolutely.
Every single last one of them. So
Yep.
I want you to tell people your journey, a little bit about it.
So I don't know where to start to make it short, but I'll make it short and sweet and get to the stuff that matters. I am a high school dropout. I do not have any degrees. It's something I used to be embarrassed about, especially my dad was a stickler for college. So I have a sister that's a doctor, another sister that's a doctor of education, and another one's a medical doctor. And then there's little old me, you know. And so I school was just never for me. I just knew that I was an entrepreneur. When I was 8 years old, I'd go to Dallas, Texas every summer, and my aunts would buy me a bunch of candy cakes, ice creams, chips, stuff like that. And to this day, I still don't eat candy cakes, ice cream, chips. I don't like chocolate. I don't eat sweets. Never have. Weirdest kid ever, right? And so they thought I did because I would go out on the back porch and I would sell it to the neighborhood kids. And so they would be like, oh, you ate all of your stuff. I'm like, yeah, I ate all of my stuff. So, yeah, I was a little dishonest. And they would go buy it again, you know, and I'd sell it again. And that's when I realized that that's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I'm asked to speak all over all the time and tell my story. But the thing that's most important to me is to talk to people about failure because I have started business after business after business after business. I started my first business when I was about 18 years old. I would bring concerts, my brother and I. My first solo business, I was 21 years old, and I opened a restaurant. And it did really well when I went to work. You know, I'm 21 years old, so I'm living high on the hog, you know. Restaurant's nice, it's kind of popular. And I went out the night before, so I was tired the next morning, so I wasn't opening up. So then I didn't know the repercussions of running a business that way. I'm a 21-year-old girl who, by the way, opened my restaurant from scratch. I literally started selling barbecue plates on the corner of Natural Bridge and Goodfellow.
Wow.
And that is how I funded my business, 21 years old.
Nice.
But, of course, from the time I was 18 until now, 23 or however old I am, well, maybe it's not 23, but you know, you get what I'm saying. I have failed on just as many businesses as I've succeeded in, and that makes me who I am. That's a part of my story. You know, I wouldn't be doing anybody justice if I said, yeah, Beyond Care is $1 million business. Beyond Sweet's $1 million business. These are all $1 million businesses, and that's the end of my story.
Right.
It won't seem attainable to some people, so I have to make sure and say my truths. You know, I've lost this business. I thought of it. It didn't work. I lost funding in this business. The lights got cut off in this business. So I have to tell my truth in order to encourage people that are afraid to step out on faith. You have some people that have ideas in their head for their entire lives, and they die with these ideas in them. My favorite motto is die empty. By the time you die, you should have done everything in the world that you've ever thought that you wanted to do. I don't care how small it is. You know, if you've said, I want to go skydiving, or, you know, whatever it is, this is something that, you know, you'll be lying in your deathbed and like, I wish I would have went skydiving. I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done it. Die empty. Doesn't matter what it is. I just think that you should be fulfilled in the end. You should be fulfilled during life. You know what I mean? And just doing what makes you happy, you know.
Absolutely.
And if your business fails, you start over. Steve Jobs said that people used to come to him all the time with business ideas, and they would have beautiful ideas and multi-million-dollar ideas, but he would never help fund these businesses if the person had never opened a business and failed. If you never failed, he wasn't interested.
Wow.
Because you're not hungry enough if you haven't failed.
That's true.
See, I fall down, but I just can't lie there. I can't lay there. I got to get up and figure it out. That's defeat. You know what I mean? If you fall down and that's the end of your story,
Yeah.
it'll make for a lonely, miserable life. And when I say lonely, I don't mean, with other people. I just mean lonely because you're not fulfilling, what it is that you aspire to fulfill. So I just think that everybody should just keep trying. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Keep going.
Absolutely.
Die empty.
Tell people where they can find you. How can people get in touch with you?
Sure. Dallas T. Holland on Instagram. Dallas T. Holland. I think I'm just Dallas Holland on Facebook.
Yes.
I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on, what's the other one? The kids. I'm not on any of that stuff.
Snapchat.
No. I'm not on any of the complicated sites. Instagram and Facebook. Dallas Holland, Dallas T. Holland. Email address, dallastholland@gmail.com. And you can find me at work every day. I go to work every day. I got great managers. I have great employees, great teams. And if I didn't want to, I'd never have to step foot in my business. But I go to work my friends, all the billion, they talk about me so bad. You can't go to lunch. I'm at work.
That's right.
I can go after business hours.
Now, that's something that you and I have in common.
We
both go to work
God.
every day.
You're the owner.
I clock in.
I want to stay the owner. So I'm going to stay at work. Greater later.
That's right.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Dallas, for
Appreciate
hanging
you.
out with me and
Absolutely.
turning it on. This is episode 1 of season 2 of the podcast Push. In the words of my buddy, Ebony Beetle,
push. I promise you can.
push, I promise you can. You are listening to the podcast Push with host JP CEO on TOKOVL Radio and 88.1 The Truth. I would like to thank my partners, BWN Missouri, Illinois chapter, STL Boxing Academy, Purpose Coach Tierra Armin, and the Billionaires Girls Club. Make sure you tune in for the next episodes. Peace.
You say that you're feeling Tiana. You say she a fly little Obama. But baby, I'm standing right here, so come ponder, replay just like Kanye Rihanna. Say my name.